Did a show with Amanda on Amanda's Authenticity. We rock that shit. You can find me at Nyla Milan Music on Instagram and at Couga ENT.
Go.
Then chopping it up on Amanda's Authenticity. Y'all make sure y'all tune in, check it out. Follow me on all social media at the number 1, Miss Storm 1, MISSSTORM.
Hey, it's your girl Maddie checking in with Couga ENT. You can find me on all social platforms at Madison Shannon Kelly, also at COUGAENT and the group Cougar. And make sure you check out our new single, Ghosted, by Cougar. Life of my relationship got better.
I say for me, I mean, I get what you're saying about sex, but intimacy more than sex is so important to me.
So what was your experience? When you said you've been a wife, what was your experience? What's your opinion?
It was nothing wrong with the sex life. It was just that we were two opposite people. Because we all got to remember that sex is not everything.
Right.
And sex is not what, like I said, my baby daddy was one of my top 5s. But we still didn't make it in the game. It came to the point where how you got the best head and I don't want it. I'm disgusted when I even look.
What about the personality? What was he like? What was
y'all? That's what I'm
y'all's?
saying. Like, it was like, he wasn't motivated like I am. He's not trying to do nothing like that to me. That's what I'm saying.
Yes,
like,
I can't even get turned on.
Turn off for me too.
You talking about Sahara Desert? We really in Arizona.
I'm trying to tell you.
With me, if you don't have no drive and you're not doing, he's talking about dirt and rocks.
Another turn off for me is control. Like, I cannot be controlled. Like our sex can be amazing, but if I feel like you have a controlling personality over me, then everything about you disgusts me. I don't like being controlled.
No. If the sex is great,
no.
they want it. I mean, from you guys' experience, if the sex is great, don't you notice that controlling kick in? Because now you done got this connection. No,
I was
controlling is a personality type. It doesn't have anything to do with the sex. But it has to do with that individual. If they're insecure, a lot of times they will try to control you.
Yeah.
Like
if
I've had some.
If they confident, they ain't gonna try to.
You're
control
not gonna get this dick nowhere else. Go ahead, y'all try.
But the ones that you get, and especially if you got that good shit, then they start becoming crazy.
I'm trying to tell you. That's what I've experienced. I don't know about y'all.
Well, then you got some good pussy. Then you got some good pussy.
Oh, I know.
So that's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm saying.
You gotta be careful with that.
When they start crazy,
gotta be careful.
Because that's the most recent situation I was in. Even though I have my man that's locked up, I have my little situationship. And he started acting crazy after only a month.
What's your name is Authentic what again?
Man's Authenticity.
I think I love you. So you had a situationship?
I had a situationship.
Girl, I want one. Tell me about it.
I'll get you an incarcerated man and you can have one. Incarcerated man, you can have one.
No.
Hey, you need me to get you one? I'll draft you one.
No.
I'll draft you one. I'll talk to my man right now.
Is he gonna look like
I don't want you to have one.
I can't guarantee anything right now.
And I'm not trying to mess up the podcast.
We can go through mugshots together. Me and her be on it.
No, I don't want her to have one of them.
A Dot's website.
I don't want you to have one of them.
I'm
not gonna say a word. I ain't gonna say a damn word.
We gonna be on. Don't be surprised when we're on the website.
I think I'm gonna put it on my bucket list.
She wanna have it. She wanna have it. Incarcerated man.
Put the holy water in the back. Get the holy water from out the back.
Like I said, hey, y'all don't be surprised when she make out to Arizona. She fly out here for a trip.
You better not.
I'm be like, girl, we going to visitation together?
Yes,
You got your quarters? You got your quarters?
Yes, girl. I got
your quarters? Yeah, we gotta bring quarters to visitation. They don't accept nothing. Yeah, it's retarded
And
too.
you can't wear cleavage shirt.
No, you can't wear nothing, girl.
Just let y'all know
can't wear
I've
no
been to
tank
visitation
top,
before.
none of
I'm trying to
that.
let y'all know.
You can't wear no hood. You can't even wear no hoodie. Oh, you know what? Speaking of that, so I just went last week actually, and I was wearing dress pants. But I mean, they stuck to me,
right?
And they tried to not let me in because of that. They was like, those are leggings. I said, no, they're not. They're not leggings. They're dress pants. I've worn these. Yeah, they fit, and it does work actually, because then my dude was like, babe, my homeboy wants to know if you got any friends. I was like,
they always.
So I asked him. I was like, so when y'all get asked that, does that mean that they think that you're attractive? And he was like, yeah, man, that's bro code, but we ain't gonna talk about
look
it.
at my crew. They bad. that.
Sometimes they think that. Sometimes I just need somebody to make some three-way calls.
They need some money on the books. I was about to say, they need money on them books.
I hang in good company.
No.
I like hanging with all baddies. Like I like
never
baddies.
seen so many beautiful. Listen, I'm not from. Let me tell you, I'm from Ohio. It's some beautiful women in Ohio. Beautiful, nothing extra. There's like beautiful girls next door. But in Atlanta, it is some women that you be looking like. It's some men that you be looking like that too. That be half women, half men. The LG. Shout out to the LGBTQ. But I done seen some niggas that was better than any bitch I've ever seen. But anyway,
that's my friend.
You know why you want to join my crew?
In Atlanta, honey, you don't know what you see. But I don't know where she found all these women.
I find beauty in all my friends. Every friend that I'm around, I find the beauty in them, and I celebrate my friends. I like being around beautiful women. I got some beautiful guys, so So I like being around beautiful people because
that's an Aries trait, though. I do know that.
That's just me. Like I hate insecure people.
Me too.
Because I
like ugly motherfuckers.
I feel like I like ugly people too, but some ugly people are
why
beautiful.
is that because you want to be the baddest one in your crew?
No, not at all. Because their intention is not look at me. It's not attention. It's intention. What we gonna do? The conversation is different majority of the time. But being around you and your friends, I've seen that she got some boss friends. These are people and sisters that I've taken on as sisters of my own now or whatever that I've met. But
she's a loner.
Typically,
yeah, she's
she
a
chooses
loner.
that though.
I do because
and I love that about her.
Around a lot of shit, and it's just you gotta know what works for you.
And not only that, as you get older, I feel like you only can handle so much.
Period. And
because it's like now we got all these different energies,
I love peace.
All these different energies, all these different because when you have groups of friends, you gotta deal with. One might be a complainer. One might be energetic.
Keep going.
One might be the depressing one. It's kind of like that movie. That movie. What's that movie where they had all the different emotions inside her head?
And that's what happened.
Yeah, you got the one that is a downer. Like I don't know if I want to do that.
And see, them was right there. Them the worst. I don't want them nowhere. I be coming out the shower like, yes, girl, it's about to be a good day.
I don't know about that.
And then, I just was thinking that. Well, what do you think about it over at your house there? Because I'm gonna don't bring that shit here.
You want people on your same vibe, your same energy for sure. Like that's why honestly it sucks for me because I'm not saying that I don't have people out here, but when I first got with my man, he's from here. He's from the south side of Arizona. So he's from the hood area.
South side.
Yep, south side of Arizona.
Okay, yeah.
And when he met
she found the hood last night.
Oh, you did? I didn't think that existed. I said, the hood what? You banging cactuses?
Well, it ain't like Cali hood.
Nah, hell no. Hell no. They try
like Atlanta.
They great value. They great value.
Right. Yeah, great value. Absolutely.
But don't get it twisted though, because my dude, he banged on my baby daddy, and that was the most sexy thing ever. He was like, "What, nigga? You got something to say? Say it to me."
Oh, don't do that.
Yeah.
No, don't do that.
What?
What you just did.
What I did myself?
Yeah, what you just did.
What are you talking about?
Nigga.
I'm talking about. I'm quoting him. What he did.
I don't like that though. I'm sorry. I don't like that. I'm for real. I
was just quoting what he said.
I feel you.
I was just letting you know that he did that to.
But you understand what I'm saying. Though,
I understand what you're saying.
You understand where I'm coming from, right?
I understand. Okay. I'm just letting you know what happened and how it was a turn on to me that I felt like I was defended by somebody.
Because it's always a turn on because it's been so many times that I was in different relationships that you don't fight for me. Like I broke up with men because they don't fight for me. They didn't understand it. Like, why are you upset? What made you upset? I'm sitting here saying, but you siding with him.
And niggas don't do that.
Like, even though you acting like you about me, I could tell by your energy you siding with him because you trying to back me down. You're not fighting for me. Like, I break up from men simply because you don't fight for me. One of the reasons my ex-husband was like, you never tried to rekindle our relationship. I said, why am I the one doing it? You the man, you the king. I'm the queen. A king is supposed to fight for his queen. That's what I was raised to do. So if you're in a relationship, you got to fight for me because we always fighting for them.
Exactly.
We always stand up for our men. So that's what made that situation sexy to you because it's a turn on when a man fight for you.
Well, also another thing is that I have been I've been talked to crazy by my baby daddy for so long that I can only defend myself so much towards my baby daddy and coming from a woman's standpoint. But when another man approached him to defend me and say, yes, that's your baby mom, but that's my woman. Don't talk to her like that. Regardless if that's your baby mama or not, now she's mine. Yes. So now anything that you have a problem with her about, now you have a problem with me about. And I hadn't experienced that like prior to that. I
still haven't experienced that.
The protection part?
I still haven't experienced that because it seems like for me, like when the people that I've dealt with just have been for self and about what they could get out of the situation. I haven't felt that layer of protection yet to where you know, where you felt like you had that man in front of you, like, I'm gonna stand right here and you stand, you know. I've had people say, okay, you walk on the inside and I walk on the outside near the cars, like on the street or stuff. But really to where like a situation came up where I felt like you're gonna make sure that I'm okay, period. I've not had that. I'm looking forward to that.
My heart.
Those are the only type of relationships I have settled down in.
I mean,
I had to feel that. I had to feel that.
Like it seemed, I don't know if it was just the way I was perceiving it, because like I was married before, my husband was very not confrontational.
Right.
But if something jumped off, I never had a situation to where he had to do that. Right. But I used to wonder, like, damn, if something came up, like what would he do? But he hated confrontation. He hated to argue with me. So anything like, he'd be like, oh, we just gonna dip out.
My husband is just like that. He is not confrontational. And honestly, I respect that. Alpha people, women, us, I think we misinterpret what an alpha male is. An alpha male isn't always boisterous and loud and nigga, I shoot at this motherfucker, blah, blah, blah. Real motherfuckers can handle shit. You know what I'm saying? And like a man and not have to kill another or hurt another. You understand what I'm saying? So I mean, it's just I don't know. That's
like his family, he should have stood up for me a couple of times.
Oh, with his family,
where I felt like we were in a situation where one of your family members spoke to me in a way that was disrespectful, or like, you know, he had a family member that felt like, oh, you want my nephew, you gonna do this and this, go to the store, you know, like they'll just, you know that family member that feel, or the friend that feels like, oh, you want my boy, you gonna jump through hoops for me too, like,
oh hell
nah. It's just, you know, some people's sisters are like that, or some people's parents are like that.
To all my brothers' girlfriends.
You see what I'm saying? To be mean to the girlfriend, you see this? That's
like,
not
you
cool.
Want my brother. The one I raised and took care of? Oh no, you're gonna have to show me what you got.
So did you ever have those conversations with him and voice that to him?
Yeah.
And what would he say?
He would always be like, oh, you making too much of it. Don't worry about it. Because we together. He felt like, oh, it's me and you, so don't worry about how they act. But the thing is, it's not happening to you. Because if I take you around my family and you're treated like that, you're gonna expect me to make it correct. You know what I'm saying? So I just haven't experienced that. I'm looking forward to it. So maybe that's gonna be my husband.
So when I feel that y'all is popping up in here, I had to go live.
Maybe you need to come with us to visitation.
You want to do a situationship too?
No.
Maybe she need to go to visitation.
I'm gonna say no to that. That's a hard pass. I'm gonna hard pass on that.
Because that's one thing I will tell you. Like, that's why, because Fleet gets on me all the time about it. He's like, why is it that you like them to be like rough? I'm like, because myself, like, I'm rough around the edges. So I just feel like I cannot get with like somebody that's a square, that's like, okay, baby, a pushover. Like, I'm rough myself, so that's why I end up attracting. I end up attracting those types.
I'm the rough one.
Do you ever feel like, because you know, some of the things, and I've been pushing myself to level up in certain ways. So I want to be around somebody who's going to make me level up as well as, you know, it's like your company. Like, if you keep the people around you that's going to force you to grow and level up, I think you will. And I have done that. Like, my husband was incarcerated. That's my story. He did 10 years. He did 10 years to the door. But the thing about it, the growth was coming from me. So his growth was coming from the things that I was introducing him to. But I was stagnant because he wasn't offering me anything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so you need to find that person that y'all piggyback off of each other and help better each other. Because I feel like I get into a lot of those relationships as well, where I happen to get with people that especially messing with incarcerated
You gotta help them.
men.
You gotta help them put their thing
they
together.
They don't know about credit. They don't
That's
know
why
about
I don't want that no more.
Working a 9 to 5 or even when they do work or make money on the streets, they don't know how to save it. They don't know how to invest it.
Yep.
They don't know how to run a household. Like they're so accustomed to women taking care of them or their moms taking care of them or whatever the case may be, that when they get in a relationship with me, I'm trying to teach them that. But yeah, it's the same thing. Like, I don't really know what you can. I'm not saying that I'm better, but I don't really know what you can teach me because I'm teaching you how to do that stuff. So I don't, the only thing you can teach me about is prison, because I didn't know nothing about that until having to deal with somebody incarcerated. I didn't know nothing about visitation and COs and this type of lifestyle and JPay and Securus app. And I didn't know nothing about none of this stuff. Now I know like all of that stuff, and then what happens inside of there, because you know we get all this these movies and shows that show us supposedly how prison is, and it's nothing like that at all. And did you learn what the system does to men and women that are in the system? The thing about that is, like, incarceration doesn't rehabilitate us.
No, it doesn't.
They come out stuck in the same place.
Your mindset has to be a certain way, and when you're
some of them are too smart. Some of them been reading all that stuff, and they come out to manipulate too. So it's like
a certain mindset you have to have when you're incarcerated. I've been incarcerated, so I understand that situation myself. I don't think I would be the person that I am today if I didn't have a certain mindset. Okay. It's the mindset that you have to be in. I've been in that situation. I've been the person you had to put the money on the books. I've been the person that had people coming to visit me. Wow. I've done time. We're learning about each other today. Yeah. So it's like being incarcerated. That's why I have a certain appreciation that I can have for a certain person that's incarcerated, because there's so many people that are incarcerated should not be there. Okay. Right. So
especially for the length that they're in.
Yes, or the length of time they're there. And prison is made for African American men to break them. That's my opinion. So I married a king that did 15 years, and he had king qualities. Okay. So as long as I can get a man that has been incarcerated that has ambition to be somebody, then we can be together. And hey, I don't mind being the first day out, girl.
But you know, hello, Maddie. So you know, my husband, I met him the first day he got out. Oh, see? That's funny. I met him the first day. But that was that's probably why I'm so nope on that story, because he's really actually the only person I can say that I loved like that. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, the things that I had to go through for that relationship, I don't want to see no more. Like the thing, his mindset. You know what I'm saying? There's certain things he just didn't want to do no more because the system made him that way. Like that institutionalization. He was a brilliant guy. He was a loving guy. Like that was one of my best friends ever. But the things that I had to do and adjust to just to be able to be with him, like I wouldn't do it anymore. You know what I'm saying? He was a king to the highest. But he was fighting being broken from that. You know what I'm saying?
It's hard.
Yeah, and I had to be there. Like, I'm in that. Like, it's hard.
It's a form of PTSD,
but you have to fight.
Honestly. Yeah. That's why I've been staying around mine as long as I have, because I've already done county time with him. So I've already done almost a year and a half now. He got incarcerated September of 2021. So we're almost hitting a year and a half now. And he's not supposed to get out of actual prison until 2029, so a long time. But he was already incarcerated at 17. And I just think that, especially, I don't know if y'all know about Arizona, but Arizona's legal system is terrible out here. And
I could just tell by the socialness here.
And what they like to do is they like to hold, like if you're a prior felon, that's the main points that they like to bring up. So basically, they're not a forgiving state. They don't like to be like, okay, you did that when you were 17. Okay, let's start all over again. You know, now you're 32. Let's talk about what you did at 32. No, they like to be like, well, look at you. You did that at 17. You did it once, you're going to do it again. Yeah, you're going to just keep coming. We need to put you away because you just want to be out here doing that.
Most of the time, the sad truth is that's honest, the truth most of the time.
That's every state, because Georgia has the
state.
same mindset. It's just a certain mindset that our prison system has, is to put people in. I mean, it's a big business.
I just feel like he's doing time though, like double time for something he already did time for. You know what I mean? Like, let's go give him a sentence, because that's the main thing that the prosecutors were talking about. Is like the crime that he did when he was 17. Trying to convince the judge that like he's really a bad person.
What type of attorney? So you know what? But you know what? It's representation. It depends on the thing about it. You know, like when you think about the haves and the have-nots. You know what I'm saying? Who can pay for the representation? What it means is, if you can afford a good attorney.
Girl, I paid $15,000 for a lawyer.
And did you vet your attorney? Because I mean, that makes all the difference.
Did you say vet your attorney?
Yeah.
What is that?
Just like when someone's going to run for office, you have to vet them. You got to go through research, look at their cases, and see how many.
They had almost a 5-star rating to him. The problem with my situation is that he had a So I'm pretty sure like Georgia probably might be similar, but he had a pending case already, and they let him out on release, so he was on OR.
And they want him concurrent with the other case.
Exactly. Yeah. That's almost every state.
So basically, when everything was said and done, and to look over like what his time probably was supposed to be, was probably like double. And basically the judge kind of gave everybody what they wanted, because they ran it concurrent, and basically he was supposed to get like 18. So instead of getting 9, he was supposed to get like 18. He dropped off the first one, and then he gave him the full entire sentence for the second one. And so he basically gave everybody what they wanted. The judge was like, all right, the fact that you have a good attorney, we'll go ahead and knock 9 years off, but we're going to give you, prosecutor, the entire time you want for this crime. And that's just the way it went. Like, he was low-key supposed to serve like 18.
Let me tell you, relationships in the legal system are everything.
Yes.
So that I mean, it is really, like, I work for a law office, like a really popular law office where I'm from. And what I'm learning is relationships. If they don't like your attorney, you're in a shit show. It's a shit show. So it's like, what can this attorney like get on your behalf? And so they can go and say, hey, judge, you know, they have a relationship with that judge. Let me tell you something. I'm not posting this on my page, but these judges and these attorneys, they hang out together. They have these, underground parties.
Prosecutors too.
They have these relationships going. So if you got the right attorney, you're going to get, they have a relationship with that judge, and it's all politics. So it's not really about the legal system and the laws. It's about who this person is that you've chosen to represent you. And you can look, a lot of the times it seems like this attorney is winning all these cases or whatever. It's their relationships a lot of the times more so than how good they are. So it's a
every industry is built on relationships.
Yeah, but when it comes to people's rights and their livelihood, you would think that something like that would be more important, because you're talking about people's lives. But you definitely have to get the right attorney. You definitely have to know, like, a lot of people who are in and out of jail, they don't do no time. They know that system so good. I'm gonna get a slap on the wrist on this, so it's like they know how to operate within the system. And the way the justice system set up, unfortunately, is the have-nots a lot of the times don't get a fair shake. They're gonna put you with that public defender, and the public defenders, they don't care. They're being paid by the system, and so they don't even show up sometimes.
Yeah.
So it's bad. That's why I was asking. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I did my research. They had like almost a 5-star rating. The only thing I didn't find out until we already had him hired is prior to coming to our law firm, he was a prosecutor himself, and he had just came over to the law office like around the same month that I hired the actual law firm, because that's the thing, I didn't get to pick the attorney. I picked the office, but I didn't pick the attorney.
That's true. And they will assign you an attorney under the firm. Yeah.
I picked the firm itself, but who represented him, I didn't get to pick him. I just was like, I wanted to hire y'all. So when I looked into him in particular, he was a prosecutor prior to coming to that law office. And that's another thing that my man was telling me, is sometimes the prosecutors and the attorneys will have deals amongst each other and be like, hey, look here,
I gave you this one.
Give me this case, and then I'll give you the next one. Yep. and then that's playing with people's lives too.
It sure is.
Damn, like,
and it's not nothing fair about it. And you know what? At the end of the day, when we leave this place, they will be because you have to deal with the consequences. You can't. Everyone deserves a chance to live a life. And in Georgia, what I'm noticing is what they're doing. They have a law there to where you can be convicted as an adult, as a child. And these kids are, this generation of kid is just the OGs, the teachers, the people, the educators, the elders, the grandmas that we used to have in our generation are no longer available to reach these children. And they are doing things, following trends, following things on social media, and they're getting themselves in jams to where they're fighting for their freedom to grow and be a child. And they're like, in Georgia, especially, they're tired of it. And I understand it. I understand it wholeheartedly because I have children and I listen to what they do and how they talk and what their intentions are. And sometimes I'll be so worried for these kids because their minds aren't like ours was. They don't want to be kids anymore. They want to be adults. They want to do adult things. They want to talk like adults. They want to have sex like adults. They want to drive fancy cars. They want to do all this stuff without growing, learning, and working for it. And then they're doing things and taking risks and putting themselves in the jail and then facing 10, 15 years in jail where your whole adulthood is going. All you have to do is be a baby. All you have to do is be a child. Go to school. You know what I'm saying? Go to school, learn so you can grow and start your own business. You can earn that Benz and earn that car. Earn these lace fronts that you're running in the store stealing. Earn this, earn these things. They don't want, this generation of kid is so entitled. They feel like they everything's microwave. They want it fast. They want to be here fast. They want this fast. They want this. They just want it. And, and it's a sad thing to watch as a mother. I have teenagers, and I watch these kids make decisions that they can never undo, and the judicial system doesn't care. They don't care about our kids. They don't care about our youth. They're dying, whether it's from their own selves or the police, and they're trying to figure out a resolution to solve it, and theirs is putting them in these places. And that doesn't do anything because when they get out, now they don't know who they are. They don't know what to do. They're not offered any opportunity, and they're going to do the same thing because they don't have a choice. What other choice are you giving them? You're not getting them mental health help in there. You're not, showing them a trade or anything that's going to benefit them when they get out. All you're doing is sitting them in a place to look at a wall.
Back to the music business. Back to the music business. If you're a positive artist, because I was signed to Interscope Records, and I had a song called Blackberry. They didn't want to hear that. They told me people was bling blinging, people doing whatever. Nobody wants to hear what you're talking about. I had a song called Why, and it was just talking about, what we're talking about right now. And they told me to listen to the radio and go find something else to write about. And I sure did. They told me that. And the thing about it is, so it's a responsibility that's no one's taking responsibility for it. Our youth are learning how to be through this music, through what they're seeing on the TV, because they're not listening to grandma and grandpa. They're not doing that. So the thing about it is, like what we do, that's what we're trying to reincarnate, like R&B music and things like this. We want to bring back talking about love or talking about feelings because we're birthing a lot of sociopaths. Okay, we're birthing a lot of people who have no feeling, could shoot you, blow your freaking brains out, standing outside because you stepped on their white shoes. You understand what I'm saying? So we're dancing and singing about it. Hey, and nobody's saying, hey, this is fiction. It's not real. You don't want to kill nobody because that's somebody's son. Right. But the thing about it is, we're not doing that. So what we gotta do. We got to take the reins and start doing that. We got to spread the word. We got to spread love. We got to start talking about different things, and we got to stop patronizing the negativity and the viciousness that's out here. Oh, I'm a bad bitch. I'm a mean girl. I'm a this and that. What? Because I got a song called Bad Bitch, but I tried to, let me tell you something funny too about TikTok. I had a song called Bad Bitch, but I reinvented Bad Bitch, and a bad bitch is a bitch that knows about real estate, that's got businesses, that knows about capital, that knows about doing this. That was my song, right? Every time I posted a video, they stopped my video. Said it was a violation, a community violation. I never showed nothing. I don't twerk. I don't even know how to twerk. But I'm looking at people twerking and doing everything they know how to twerk. I'm learning. But they look.
She said, ain't that.
And I don't have a problem with twerking because that's a cultural thing too that people don't even talk about, like how they was used to dancing in dollars in Africa. That was the thing that we did. People don't talk about what it comes from the culture. They take the positivity because even Shakira, she was. But when we do it, it's you a ratchet hoe. Like we gotta stop allowing that. So the thing about it was, with the music, we gotta stop making it venomous when we do something. We do music or whatever, because it's okay to have fun. Because everybody's got a hood friend. Everybody might be the hood friend. It's okay because it's all a part of life. You got to be able to talk about it. Even like with Tupac, he woke up. He might have a good day. He might have a bad day. But we only focusing on the bad day now. So you don't have a balance. You don't have the Public Enemy. You don't have the other positive music to balance out all this negativity. So that's my soapbox. And I just say we got to get back to like talking about positive things, loving our women's. You know, we used to say, hey, she a queen, this and that. But now you can't even say that. That's dated and old. Now it's like, I'm a bad bitch, I'm ratchet, I'm a suck and fuck. And it's okay to do that, but you got to still have a balance to go along with that, because we are all of that too. You know what I'm saying? That's just it. And that's what I think is happening right now.
But it's the same thing too. We talked about this on one of my episodes as well, that it's like every time we do get a chance to have somebody that can uplift us, they miraculously end up getting shot off, killed off, knocked off. Nipsey Hussle. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just sucks. Or Dr. Sebi. Dr. Sebi was coming up with a whole bunch of resources.
He died for cancer.
Yeah. So it's like, that's the society we live in as well. And that was one thing I talked about on here. Like, it's Amanda's authenticity. I have no censorship. Everybody can talk about whatever. They can express their feelings. I express myself. And if somebody does decide to knock me off when I come out the studio for it, I mean, I still went down saying what I needed to say. But it's so crazy how America is built, because America says that we have freedom of speech. Well, we really don't. Because when we started exposing things and trying to get things to be better, even how you're saying about music is putting up on a pedestal, shooting people. Look at the media. Every day you open your phone up, it's talking about there's a big shooting at Walmart. There's a shooting at a mall. There's like, what? Here in Phoenix a couple months back.
You don't think that's giving a crazy person an idea to go and shoot up the school? Every time now you know what? I'm gonna collect me some guns, and they bullying me at school. I'm gonna go shoot up the school too. Like, I'm gonna go out in a bang. Like, we're feeding that, but we're not putting in the healing. We're not giving them any other outlet, any other resource to be anything else but nuts. Like, for real. Like,
and I was sad too when one of my friends, I was at Walmart with her, and they were having the little light up shoes. Remember how like back in the 90s, light up shoes were big? My homegirl was like, yeah, I'm not buying those for my daughter. I was like, what? She was like, the school advises us not to buy those in case there's a shooting on campus. If your kid is one of the kids walking around with those, the shooter's gonna know. Like, how the hell would you even like?
That is so crazy.
Why would you think about that? Like, wait, you mean now I gotta think about what I buy for clothing
in case it's a shooting at the school?
But crazy. That blew my mind too, because I honestly didn't think about that either. I'm thinking like, oh, these are cute little shoes. She was like, no, I can't. The school literally sent out a notice like advising, like, do not buy your children, or
how many PSAs do we have where they're talking about, hey, this is how to spot when your child is going in that direction? How many times have we seen information about, like, hey, watch if your kid is being too secretive. Watch if your kid, you know what I'm saying, is exhibiting signs of like some issues with their mental health. Very few, but you're going to see the shootings, you're going to see the aftermath, but those people have seen the signs way before that has happened.
I feel like some of them as well are low-key set up.
Yeah.
I think some of them are ran by the government as well, like how, because I think they're trying to take away like gun rights. They're trying to change some of the amendments. And I think they're just trying to have people live in fear, to get people on board with those kind of things. Like, yeah, maybe we should get rid of guns. Oh my gosh, look at every time we turn around.
Because the criminals, they still gonna have the guns. I need my gun. And I need my license to carry my gun, so when they come up in my spot, I can light them up. I'm serious. Just because at the end of the day, a criminal is not gonna go and ask the justice system, can I have a weapon? They're gonna have it. Anyway. They're gonna come in.
Anyhow,
you gonna light them up, Milan?
I'm lighting them up, laying them down right where they lay in the what?
Not only
in the
that,
doorway.
but if the rest of them walking around with one, I need to walk around with one too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I you know.
That's facts, though.
But that's a whole nother subject. That's not an R&B song.
That's a whole nother day. That's a whole nother. But before we do like sign off and everything, because we've had a lot of interesting conversations.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I found out, I got whole
You keep calling yourself a hoe. I'm gonna have to call you.
I love it.
She said,
when Ludacris said you got whole friends and whole tendencies. What he say? You got whole. What you know? Use a hoe. Yeah, he said,
that was one of my songs too.
But whole tendencies. Hoes is your friends. Hoes is your
enemies. Because of your tendencies.
And then my other song was I got hoes.
See?
I
got hoes. Different area codes. Hey, maybe it's telling me something. That was my song.
For a reason.
This woman want to be a wife. I don't care what she say to y'all.
Not currently.
Not currently. She might be,
I'm currently dating.
And like I said, I'm down for you to come back to AZ and come get
Get that out your mind. She's not coming back here to go to the jail with you. No.
Well, I appreciate you having us here today.
I appreciate y'all for coming on and vibing with me. Before we sign out, y'all got any projects coming up? Y'all want anything you want to advertise and talk about for yourselves? Social media, y'all need people to follow you on anything?
Well, our Ghosted video is going to be dropping in 2 weeks, so make sure you check that out. We just dropped on all platforms, Ghosted with Couga, Couga, and then we have our EP that's going to be dropping very soon in 2023. And then, all of us collectively have our own individual things that's going on too. But you can catch me on the new show, Writers Rumble, on Tubi. I'm on season 1, part 2, the Atlanta chapter on Coach Niche McQueen's team as one of the up and coming new songwriters.
Okay. And then do you have social media that anyway, or do you like people to follow you on Instagram?
Of course.
I don't know, you might have your whole page.
Hey, I won't shout out my OnlyFans. I'm just kidding. But you can follow me at Madison Shannon Kelly on all platforms. Also, you can follow the label Couga ENT, and you can follow the group Couga, and that's where you can find all of my platforms. Oh, and Stiletto Bosses.
Awesome, thank you. And then, man,
that queen wear a lot of hats. I can't. I'm everywhere on Spotify, YouTube, Instagram, all your platforms at the one Miss Storm, the number one MISSSTORM. I just got a new single that just came out called RUN for Black History Month. Check that out.
Yes.
And I got another single that's doing pretty good on the radio right now, Where You Want to Be. Check that out. And much more Couga music on the way.
Yes.
Be ready to check that out.
Rich nigga.
Okay.
Ma'am.
Yes, yes.
Other reserve. The main reserve. Then we got the
radical reserve.
That's how you got us labeled.
You already said it. You said
don't let us label now.
So what's my title? What is my title?
You said I'm the reserve. You the radical reserve.
We are open but reserved in other when we need to be.
Free.
Okay.
I mean, we ain't gonna go to church and be like, yeah, last night, boy, the head was. But there's other platforms.
I may. God says, come as you are.
But don't be surprised when she call your phone and be like, girl, the head last night, but.
All right.
Exactly. Well, Nyla Milan, that's my name. You can find me at Nyla Milan Music on Instagram. You can also find me at Couga ENT. I have a single also myself called Fucking and Fighting that I'm going to be dropping soon. As well as the music with Couga.
Everybody likes that.
Everybody likes the song Fucking and Fighting. That'll be coming.
If she talking about fucking,
well, see, the thing is, I like to put no.
Did you fight and
No.
Everybody likes
to spin on Fucking and Fighting. See, all of my stuff, it has a spin on it. Fucking and Fighting is about, if I'm going to be fighting, it's going to be with the one that I love. So it's about, it's a love story about, like, I would rather do this with you than anybody else in the world.
You know what I'm saying? So
because you're going to end up fucking and fighting with
you're
your soulmate.
You're going to. Like, people have the expectation that things are going to be perfect.
Hell no.
But this is a real life, true love story. Right?
Yeah. That's true.
I don't care what relationship you have even with your best friend. You're going to fight
all the time.
You're going to fight with your best friend.
Always work.
So that's where you find me. You find me with Couga.
San Diego. Okay, so you're from San Diego. You would like to hear where you want to be because it's a
West Coast vibe.
It's a West Coast vibe.
But you might not want to hear "Are You?"
Is that this in the West Coast?
No, where you want to be is like a West Coast vibe.
It's
like
y'all
got the vibe with the old schools, riding and partying with your family. Y'all all about family. I love it out here. I
love our beats.
Yeah. You know what?
I had a one of my last guests. She's on my Instagram. She came on here with a fire beat, a fire West Coast beat. I was like, because that's one thing I do. I love our beats. I feel like our beats are like,
fine and feel good.
Yeah, you just chill. Like they're just chill beats. You know, like so the Midwest is more like I'm about to go. I want to go fight somebody, man. And the West Coast beats, we just like chill. We just.
What's the South like? What's the South like?
I feel like the South has like a combination.
Yeah.
A little bit. The South has combination depending on what artist, depending on what the song is and what the song is about. But yeah, I feel Midwest is always like more violent. Like Midwest, like Southwest Detroit and stuff. It's like
she's Midwest.
Yeah, that's I feel like Midwest is like violent. Like that's what you go.
We talk with our hands. It's just how we communicate.
Yeah, like that's what you turn on to go fight with someone. Like, you know what? I'm about to put this Detroit song on.
But honestly though, the West Coast is piggybacking off the Midwest. Everything that the West Coast do is Midwest. The Midwest is the heart of it all. We do country, we do rock, we do pop. Not really as much, but hip hop on the West Coast started from Roger Troutman, Bone Thugs and Harmony, Eazy-E, NWA. That's all Ohio. Did you know that?
I did.
That's all Ohio.
Shout out 50 years of hip hop.
50 years hip hop, baby. Tupac technically is not from Cali.
He's not. He's
from New York. So I mean, but he
used to be in the A.
But you gotta represent you. You know what I'm saying? I
had the opportunity to share a Waffle House with Tupac, so he has a special mark in my heart.
That's one person I wish I would have met before he passed that I have not met.
I had the opportunity to hang out with him and Biggie at Club 112 on Cheshire Ridge and Foxy Brown all in the same night. So I always will cherish those memories that I had. And after that, I had the opportunity to share some cheese eggs and a T-bone steak with Tupac in Atlanta.
Did you take any video?
Girl,
back in the day,
MySpace. It was MySpace.
You got on MySpace? You can still get them off of there. You can still get.
I need to look for that.
I had a picture with Paul Wall and Pimp C on my MySpace, and I downloaded.
Girl, don't you know if I find that picture, girl?
You got to go on your MySpace because it's still up. You know, MySpace is still up. People are still using MySpace.
No, I have never.
Yeah, you can go. And Black Planet.
It's just kind of like.
I remember
your pictures
from what I heard.
Kind of like cut off.
In the time port, because it was on my time port pager. Y'all remember the time port?
The pager.
No, we had the two ways.
We really tell our age now.
That is a two-way pager.
No, I was talking to when we were talking about doing this because we're trying to do a 2000s mixer next month, and I reached out to an influencer. His name is a 2005 time traveler, and what I love about his character is he actually acts like he's stuck in 2005. So he goes around and messes with these kids out here where he like, why y'all wearing them skinny jeans? And they like, what are you wearing? Like, what the hell is that you? Because he walks around with the Band-Aid on. He does all that
he got the Nelly thing going.
Yeah, and he does the same thing with the MySpace. He goes around and be like, add me on MySpace, man. They're like, what is that?
It's so MySpace. Yeah. So, and he really promoting his stuff through MySpace?
No, he doesn't
bring that back.
He doesn't promote it through MySpace, but he just goes around and tells everybody, add me on MySpace type thing.
But I was like, if he blew MySpace back up again, that would really be dope.
See, I was like the Instagram models on MySpace.
Really? I
was popular on MySpace.
I met so many people from MySpace, man. MySpace changed my life.
Yes, MySpace changed my life.
I met a lot of people that I work with now to this day, especially from Houston, because I was in Ohio when MySpace was going on, and I love Houston music. I love Texas music in general, and I always wanted to meet Pimp C, UGK, Paul Wall and Slim Thug, and I always wanted to meet. And I reached out to all of them on MySpace, and that's how I met through MySpace. And a couple of people, 8Ball MJG, MySpace. It was a couple people off MySpace.
So I'm currently dating. You can reach out to me in my DM.
She likes long
So also my MySpace page is this. What you got? What dating site you got?
Say that again.
What dating site do you have? What dating
I don't have a dating site. I do real life things. Like,
I mean, but with you being on the road and everything,
I've never been on a dating site. I'm gonna do like these men in the industry have been importing them in. I'm gonna try that out. I already have a list.
She said I already have a list. And then Jeremy, if you out there,
I never portray to be the good cougar.
Oh God, and she don't leave me alone. I'm gonna beat her up.
That's gonna be the topic of the day.
Right.
You gonna go to the rooftop party tonight and be like, so guess what, y'all? I guess I'm a hoe.
Right. And
shout out,
I don't know how to tell it.
Hey, it took me to come to Haiti and perform at the 2023 Super Bowl to let y'all know
I'm a hoe.
I am a hoe. Sleeping in the airbed, but I'm a hoe that sleep on airbed. So listen to the song.
My next show, your next single is about to be like, I found out I was a hoe in the studio.
Right, I found out I was a hoe
in the studio.
Or I may remake. I got hoes.
Hey, that'd be time to have that beat.
I got hoes in different
areas. That'd be time to have the beat.
You gotta be authentic.
Yeah. Lord have mercy. I feel it coming. That is gonna come. That's gonna be up next.
I feel like you would use that platform. You use that beat in the back. And then
I have a title in Atlanta. I'm the remix queen. I remixed Meeting in My Bedroom. I remixed Desire from 1979. I've remixed Hood Nigga from Gorilla Zoe. So one of the things that I've come into Cougar is knowing that I come in being authentic of who I am. These are legends in music that have influenced my musical creativity,
made you who you are.
So because of that, I want to pay homage to some of the greats. And I like the underdogs. I like the songs that people really didn't give their just due to. Well, except Meeting in My Bedroom. Everybody been Meeting in the Bedroom. That's a classic. And Hood Nigga was too.
It was a hood classic.
But all these artists were considered underdogs because as artists musically, they didn't get the credit and the just due that they should have us of today. In my book. That's what I think. But I love them all. Maddie Cougar loves them all.
So you stepped out, but she said she's gonna release a song that I found out I was a hood I found out I was a hoe in the studio.
I got hoes.
She learned some things today.
Different.
But guess what? But to be fair, they learned something about you today too. They said they didn't know about your you being incarcerated. So.
I know.
I did not know that.
So they learned something. So today was about you. Today was you 1-on-1. They learned that you was a hoe.
Yes.
But due to being incarcerated.
Briars and shit.
Everybody know you. And we learned that Storm is gonna heal me.
That's right. I am. Hey, look, I was trying.
Even with her priors, though, look, she can still go anywhere.
That's
she got paid. Even with her record and her priors, got her passport. Ain't nobody stopped
right. And that's the
I just got my passport. Shout out to probation. Let me go. I just got my passport. I just got my first passport stamp and went to Montego Bay, Jamaica. Did you just
get off of probation?
No, I've been off probation for years, but like I said, I'm one of them people that the system kind of trained me to think that I couldn't get a passport. So when I finally got the courage to go and apply for it, I got it.
You can get all your rights. You can get all your rights back. Even like how they teach you about you can't have a gun.
You can vote.
Yes.
After that.
Yeah, they told me I could get my stuff expunged. Yep. She's gonna show me that, and she's gonna help me. But I was a hot girl for a very long time, so I'm an Aries. So we're fire.
I already know, girl.
Yeah, you already know, girl.
We all the way around. Everything is fire. On top of that, I'm an Italian woman, so. Yeah.
Yes.
I'm crazy with that too. So I was just doomed from the beginning. They was like, you Italian, you're Aries.
And you're gonna keep us here all day, and we have sound check.
I know y'all gotta go. No, so once again, I thank y'all ladies for coming out here, chopping it up with me, letting us know how y'all do it in the South. And,
yes, and you gotta come to Atlanta.
You got to.
I will.
We got jails there too. Don't worry.
And they fine.
And they fine.
I'm pretty sure they are.
I'm married one, so I know they fine.
She said they got some fine.